Killer. Killer. No. Kilo. Yeah. The envy. Live in the studio. Yeah. You already know what time it is. I see you, Train. Let's the MVP. The envy. Yeah. The MVP. The MVP. They envy me. Cause I'm MVP. We got the news straight from the source. We got the tea. Yeah, we got the tea. We on the field. We on the court. We in the street. Yeah, we in the street. The MVP. The MVP. The MVP.
1 2 1 2. What is up, world? You are tuned in to the MVP show. If you listening, the most valuable podcast with your host, Coach Key, and my main man's Train. Say what's up to the people.
Hola.
Hola. And my man's behind the ones and twos, Des. Say what's up to the people.
Yo, what's up, people?
What's up, people? Last episode, we brought y'all in. We talked a little bit about the Super Bowl. We talked a little bit about NBA trade deadline. We talked about the NBA All-Star game. This week, episode 3, we're going to be giving y'all a new little format, man. We're going to start y'all off with some hot takes on some subjects that need to get talked about. We're going to dive into that facts of cap because we know what the people want. And then we're going to finish it off with that NBA All-Star re-up and or recap. And then we're going to let y'all know what we're doing in episode 4.
We about to re-up. Them games about to
We are about to re-up. We are about to re-up.
Man, indeed.
Indeed. Now, before we start, though, I want to thank every single person that watched, shared, comment, liked, anything on the last episode, the episode before. If you late to showing up and this your first episode, welcome. Go back and watch the old ones. You feel me? Because this is a Warren family. Speaking of Warren family, from head to toe, look at your boy today.
Yeah.
Hey.
Man.
I told my girl, I don't want Gucci. I don't want Louis. Give me that train. Give me that train. I'm trying to get trained. You feel me? Hey, link right here in the description. You feel me? I like doing that. I like put it there again.
Right there.
Anyways, anything you want to say before we dive in?
Man, like you just said, man, I think everybody that's been tuning in, that's staying in tune with us, like, sharing, subscribing, commenting, most definitely anybody that's making their voice heard as well. We appreciate it. So,
already,
let's get to it.
Without further ado, we're gonna give y'all some hot takes on these subjects that need to get talked about. And the first one that, of course, we want to talk about: Brian Flores getting hired.
Man,
he is now the new assistant defensive / linebackers coach for the Steelers.
That's the longest title
I've
ever heard.
I don't know what that title means. I know he's got some
football.
Yeah.
Fact.
He's a linebackers coach. I don't know what the assistant defense means, but hey, what do you think about it?
So like we were talking about before the episode had started, man, that you said it was a cookie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, what you said a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, I said they was gonna throw us a cookie.
Yeah. So they gave us a crumb.
Yeah.
You know.
A crumb we shouldn't eat, huh?
Shouldn't eat, but you know, I guess we'll take it as a moral victory, I suppose. I think that's gonna downplay the case now that he kind of has a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. Bro.
He is working underneath a fellow black man, though.
Man, he is, Mike.
You know what I mean? And that's the only place I could have possibly seen him going. Really, was because
that was it.
He gonna understand the struggle. So
he went from a top candidate from at least 2-3 jobs to not getting none of those jobs.
Yeah.
From a head coaching job that he went 8-1 from. The last 9 games.
8-1 last 9 games. 4-2 against Bill Belichick.
That's wild. Didn't he spend 15 years under Bill Belichick?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that speaks high value.
He knows winning.
So, he was highly qualified. I remember this this segment, or not even segment, but a scene in Roll Bounce. Where they told the dad he was overqualified for a job.
For the
never
position.
Heard of that before until that happened.
Oh, we hear it all the time nowadays, huh?
So if that's the big time. So if that's the was put on Brian Flores, you know, he's most definitely overqualified for this senior
linebackers coach, basically.
what
They're
I'm
just
saying?
saying linebackers coach.
That's not right. So we'll keep a steady eye on that case. See what's going to go on with it, but I think they'll most definitely begin to really sweep this shit under the rug.
Yeah,
So
they've already, like we said, they're gonna be trying to sweep it under the rug before we get to the Super Bowl, and they've already tried that. I also did see recently that he talked about having to sign an NDA when he left the Dolphins, and because he didn't, he lost millions of dollars. So it clearly it wasn't all about the money. The Dolphins said that that's not true, but I mean, can we trust the Miami Dolphins at this point?
Man, can we trust any NFL team
No.
at this point?
No.
No.
So, like I said from the jump, before any facts were put out there, I'm rolling with Brian.
Completely.
You feel me?
Sha'Carri.
So, our next hot take. Our girl Sha'Carri told she couldn't compete in the trials because she tested positive for marijuana. Meanwhile, during the Olympics, a Russian skater, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name, tested positive for a banned substance, got to compete.
Completely.
Got to compete. What is at play here?
So the question that was asked to me is, do we think it's a color issue? And on top of that, how do we view Sha'Carri as an athlete? You know what I'm saying? So one, I hate having to throw color into everything that's going on.
Me too, but sometimes,
that shit is just part of fucking everything that's going on. And I hate it, but at the same time, I think it is a color issue. It's not right. We always get the short end of the stick when it comes to things like that. Like you said, weed is not a performing enhancement drug
at all.
If anything, I'm going to get hungry and fall
gain
asleep.
a couple pounds, fall asleep, might miss a little practice, might not go as hard.
That's it. So for me, and then you look at a multitude of athletes that have been able to still compete in situations where they've taken steroids, performing enhancement drugs, completely. So whether it was an accident, they usually say, I remember Pacquiao or somebody said they had eaten some type of steak.
Yeah, Canelo pulled that once.
No,
a couple people have pulled that.
So, it seems like everybody else gets away with it but us.
Yeah,
true
that.
So.
I mean, like we said, it's fucking weed. Like, come on, man. I don't know the scientific breakdown behind whatever that girl from Russia took, who I also heard was like 15 years old, and like after she lost, the people on her team was doing her super bogus, like completely like shun the girl, which is bogus. I mean, she 15, she a young girl. But at the same time, if you had something illegal in your body, you can't compete. If somebody that had weed in their body can't compete, because like you said, weed is not a performance enhancing drug.
It's not
at all.
It's not. The way it's looked, the way it was frowned upon in the 70s, 80s, 90s.
It's some government backed.
Yeah,
we're gonna make this the bad thing.
So that is completely
while we put cocaine in the black neighborhoods. Anyways,
we can get into it.
Anyways,
we can get into it.
Yeah, they did Sha'Carri wrong.
Yeah.
Is it based on color? I hate to say it. It probably is, more than likely, but definitely did it wrong. But what I think about her as an athlete, she hurt herself when she came back and finished in last in that damn race. We was all ready to
cheer the fuck on.
And then she came back and did that shit. So you got to know how to take the moment.
Yeah, she got dusted. And I think she really should have been prepared for that moment.
Yeah.
She should have been humbled after that moment instead of talking crazy after the race. But I honestly get where she's coming from. You know what I'm saying? If you got, the world against you, how are you supposed to act? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be humble in that situation either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but at the same time, man, you got to come back stronger. You got to get your mind right, come back with a different focus, and you got to be ready to kill your competition.
Yeah.
So that's all.
All right.
So
next hot take.
Man, the latest news, man, with this 75
the NBA 75th anniversary team.
Man, it's a lot of talk about it. But what I really want to know is, man, who is your Mount Rushmore
of NBA
players. Past,
Mount-
present, future.
Mount Rushmore got four heads on it, so you got to pick 4 people. I mean, you already know 2 of the heads already spoken for, and that's Jordan and Kobe.
Completely.
Now it's up to debate what you want to do with them last 2. How well represented you want the league to be. Let's see. Jordan, Kobe. I think you have to put LeBron up there at this point.
I mean, they're the top 3. They're the top 3.
Of course.
Yeah, we got a LeBron fan back there. Got a LeBron fan back there.
Jordan, Kobe, LeBron.
So that 4th is tough.
Yeah, it
that
is.
4th one is always tough.
It is.
Like who is literally in the same room as those 3 to you?
Kareem. I'd probably say Kareem.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I honestly think everybody has the same top 3 in a way. You got a lot of other biased people.
I don't know if you read they little. We're gonna talk about they 75 list later on, but if you read they list, they got our boy Kobe kind of low.
Man, the utter disrespect.
You know,
utter disrespect. I got something for y'all, ESPN. But I would put
you the basketball guy, so yours. This is gonna matter. You can't jag yours.
So like the Mount Rushmore, like the government Rushmore is like ones that kind of set trends.
Led the country through like its troubling times, kinda, you know?
So I'd go with Magic Johnson as my 4th. As my 4th. As a person that transcended the league, because first came Magic in a way. He had Bird with him at the same time to kind of push forth with the league. Dr. J was kind of before them, you know, so, but kind of the game has evolved so much more than Dr. J, which is crazy because Dr. J was the man.
Yeah.
You know.
But there's been a lot of the mans, though, throughout the time.
A lot of them.
There's always a player that comes along that revolutionizes the game.
Do you believe that there is one greatest player, or
no?
There's just a multitude of great players?
Yeah, because I think we might have touched on this before. It's like trying to compare apples and oranges. You know what I mean? Each player brings their own different skill set to the game and to the team. You know what I mean? And not so much as the NFL, but this is still a team sport. So, I mean, you can be the greatest player in the world and that not lead to championship and off-season success or playoff success.
Well, he wasn't named to the top 75, but he sure made the top 10 for the not top 10 this weekend.
Who's that?
Juwan Howard.
Oh, man. I like how you bled into that one. That was beautiful. Oh, man. Hey, hit the slap sound one time, please, goddammit. That nigga Juwan Howard, Dez, hit the slap sign. That nigga Juwan Howard. Nigga Juwan Howard. Hey, man.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so he got suspended for what? The last 5 some games like that? 10?
They only had 5 games.
Yeah.
So they suspended the 5 games.
Should they have done more?
No, hell no. But the motherfuckers was calling for that shit.
Okay, so that's not even. I was gonna ask you a question that wouldn't even have been a question that I should ask. I was gonna say, so what would you have done if he had slapped you? What would you have expected? But I'm expecting to go out there and try to beat that nigga ass. I'm not expecting to just get slapped and be like, come on, somebody get him.
That's the whole malice at the palace at the situation.
I got family coming out the stands now.
I watched ESPN that whole day after it happened. Pretty much everybody was undecided. Of course, you could tell it was a black and white thing instantly. You know what I'm saying? You had your white analysts, you had your black analysts. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was gonna take side. I knew what Stephen A. was gonna do with that whole situation, so I'm not even gonna get into his segment. But one that killed me, man, was Max Kellerman, man, because the people that he had on his show, they were all for, you know what I'm saying, Wisconsin. Jalen Jacoby. Of course, Jalen Rose was a teammate of
Juwan.
Of Juwan. Jalen Rose put it out there plain and simple and let everybody know, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's protecting himself. He was pretty much walking past them. You know what I'm saying? And then when you stop a person and they pass through, yeah, of course, that's gonna throw me off too. You know what I'm saying? So it's it was a tricky situation. But it's a situation that I feel like most definitely didn't grant a fire. Because like you said, we've seen Bob Knight go fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
On his own players.
I've seen coaches choke players.
Yeah.
And still had a job the next day. Didn't even make headlines like this Juwan situation did. But at the same time, I understand the magnitude, how fucked up things could have really got. You know? So I'm glad he didn't get fired for sure. And that's pretty much all I really got to say about it. You know, he cool. It's probably gonna hurt his recruiting this summer.
You think so? I think it might help.
Nah, you're gonna have a lot of parents trying to sway their kids go to something else.
Another college, maybe. Yeah.
Completely.
But I mean, at the same time, it's gonna be some kids that see that and be like, man, coach will fight for us.
Oh yeah, completely.
You know what I mean?
We'll fight. But y'all was getting whooped though.
They definitely was.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
And like they did a good job of editing that to make sure that you didn't see the whole joint where they're just walking, you know what I mean, and gonna go completely past each other. And he goes out his way to stop them. You know what I mean?
The media is So that's mainly why we wanted to do this though, because there's a lot of things that the mass media won't even show you.
Right.
So if I get that video, I'm most definitely like, pow.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't want to get hit for the copyright infringements.
No, we don't need that.
No, not at all. But for the last hot take though, which is, you know, I didn't even think I had to grab the notes for that, which I'm kind of bogus. But the NCAA tournament will be beginning here, man. Here come of course, March Madness.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't really been hip or on the NCAA really like that.
No, you ain't tuning in this season?
Nah, man. For the main fact though, because they're the one and dones.
Yeah.
You know, like you get in a year and then you go on next, and then you NBA. And what the NBA is doing now, they got their implementing the G League pretty tough now. Yeah. You know, and players are starting to go that route. You know,
I mean, if you're going one and done, why not go to the league instead of wasting your time trying to go to class?
So they made an incentive to pay players now or get sponsorships and things like that, which is kind of helped. I'm glad it's starting to help the HBCUs for a fact. Yeah. And maybe we could start getting some high recruits, man, to want to go to those historical black colleges.
I see the shift slowly. I mean, you see what Dion doing down there with his football team, and
completely.
The basketball teams ain't really slouches either. You know what I mean? They'll end up getting more. I can see it now. I can see the shift.
One team I do stay hip to is Memphis though. I like Penny Hardaway as a coach. Yeah. He cussed out the media the other night.
Yeah. We were just talking about that.
It was some weeks ago, but he cussed them. But that let me know he had passion for what he was doing. Yeah. He was pretty pissed off about it. To me, man, when you get a person cussing like that, I don't take bad from it. I take a person who's really serious about what they're talking
passionate,
about. You know, so if I had to ride with an NCAA team, if they're able to make the NCAA tournament, I would probably ride with Memphis.
I don't know if they up there.
They not. I think they like 12-4 in the conference. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
I've always rocked with Duke and the Illini. I mean, and they both are all right right now. Yeah. I'm not extremely confident in either one of them though. Nah. You know what I mean? Because there's some teams out there that look pretty decent and they deep. And like you said, the one and done has changed the landscape.
Yeah, for fact.
You know what I mean? Because these teams that got kids that come in for 4 years now, like Penny said in his press conference, I got 17 and 18-year-old kids playing against 22, 23-year-old men. Like, it's a difference.
Word.
You know what I mean? So
who's your while on the conversation of NCAA, who's your favorite overall NCAA team? Like years gone by, what team have you ever liked watching the most?
Duke.
like the name the players. What season?
Kyrie for like the 6 or some games that we had him.
I think he played 11.
Yeah,
He played 11.
It only felt like 6.
Yeah. Okay.
That was something different. I knew watching I watched the game that they did the little classic tournament in Hawaii or something like that, and I watched the game. And I seen it early on, like, man. This
I like the
kid is
Maui
something.
tournaments. The Maui tournaments was tough.
Yeah, that's what it is. The
Yeah,
Maui, yep.
the Maui tournaments was tough. Dez, what's your favorite overall college team?
Man, I'm not sure, but give me Illinois.
Illinois?
Illini.
What year?
When D Will and them made it to the Final Four.
I was gonna say, okay, so that's
Yeah,
my favorite overall. D Brown, D Will, Luther.
Oh,
Head.
that's what you meant? Overall team?
Yeah, overall, yeah.
Single year? Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
what do you
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
The D
yeah,
Brown,
yeah, okay, bet.
Deron
I said we're all
Williams,
in
Lucas
agreement. Okay,
Head.
bet.
Yeah.
Man,
Come
I think
on now.
that I took that loss when they lost the NCAA tournament.
Well, I
to
almost
North
didn't go to
Carolina.
school the
I
next
was
day.
hurt. I was hurt. That was that's my favorite overall team.
Yeah.
If I had to come with a wild card, I'd probably say the Greg Oden squad for Ohio State.
Yeah.
I
Decent
like
team.
I like the fact that he had broke his right hand that year. He played left hand the whole year.
Yeah.
So yeah. But we're gonna go ahead, man, slide into a break. That's been our MVP hot take. Don't hit it yet. But we'll be right back. We're gonna slide in the facts of cap and stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
For sure.
What is up, world? You are tuned back into the MVP show.
Yo.
If you listening, the most valuable podcast. This is
Yo.
episode 3, and it
Yo.
is time for y'all favorite segment of the year, Facts or Cap. Okay, so we're gonna bring it to y'all fresh, and we're gonna bring it in hot. I'm gonna hit my man's with the first statement. He gonna tell me facts or cap. He gonna tell me why. Then he gonna hit me with one. We gonna keep him going. Facts or cap. Bronny is NBA ready.
Ooh.
Facts or cap?
Right now?
Right now. His daddy said, I'm waiting till my son play. Is his son even going to make? No, that's not even the question. We can't even go that deep. We can't go that deep. Is Bronny ready?
That is, see, I don't want to put nothing on him like that, but at the same time, got to answer the question. I'm going to go with Cap. For the simple fact, we just don't know yet.
We really don't.
We just don't know yet. So
Is it all name right now?
It's all hype right now.
Is he the best player even on his team?
See, no,
You see?
no. Well, he might overall. That's what LeBron's fans hit you with anyway. Overall, he the best. He can do everything. But overall, I've seen him play defense. He is a good defensive player, like for a fact. He can see the court very well. He has court vision. He can pass the ball very well. He can shoot a lot better than LeBron at that age that he is now than where LeBron was at that age.
You drawing him up like he's NBA ready.
I know, but it's other dogs out there though.
And then you bringing him back down.
There
Okay.
you go. So it's like he ain't played nobody from Chicago, New York, things like that. I ain't seen them put like a Simeon or Whitney Young on their schedule and things like that. So until I see them like really play like some big time games, like they played St. Mary's, LeBron team, but the caliber, I want to see a bigger caliber. That's all. Let's see here. Rodgers will be a Bronco next year.
Cap. It's Cap, man. I'm gonna tell you why. We just seen, Rodgers just came out that 12-day cleanse. He's a new man now, okay? Because he came out, he thanking people, he telling the people around him he love them and he's sorry.
Still ain't coming here.
He didn't.
He
didn't. They called off the engagement, so he probably lonely now.
Man,
you feel
snapped,
me?
didn't he?
Man, he's finna go back, man. I did all that talking. Like, he gone right now. No, he about to go back, man. You gotta go where you loved. You okay?
Yep.
And that's where he loved. Ain't nobody finna love him like Green Bay love him, man. I mean, you go to the Broncos, and let's just say the Broncos don't win anything. What was the point of going there?
They don't have anything.
You feel me? Like, who are you looking forward to throwing it to? Judy? You not looking forward to Cortland Sutton? Because I had him on my fantasy team. I could tell you what he'd do.
You can't throw to your coordinator.
You feel me?
So, I don't know what's going on.
Man, it's cap, man. Rodgers finna go back home, man.
Complete cap, he said.
You feel me?
So he's staying in Green Bay.
Yeah, I don't think he going nowhere, man.
No?
And they talking about if Brady want to play for somebody, he going to go to the Niners. If you the Niners, you going to take Brady, not Rodgers.
You Packer fans, if Rodgers leave, what y'all going to do next year?
They just going to be Bucks fans.
They going to slump.
They ain't
going to slump.
All right, this is one, and this got to go towards a lot of that bullshit we watched during the All-Star weekend this year. So we talked about this a little bit ahead of time. So now I gotta know.
I already know where you're going with this.
Okay, should the NBA add a one-on-one tournament to the All-Star game weekend? A one-on-one tournament. Let's say you pick what? 20 of the best players in the league, different positions.
I feel like you got to do. Okay, so now that you said it, I feel like, okay, so not a cap, facts, they need to.
They need to add it.
This is a big fact.
Yeah, this is your question. Let me stop. Go ahead and break it down.
No, that was good, though. That's big facts. I feel like, so like even for like the dunk contest, start using the All-Stars. The people that selected to be All-Stars.
So have it all based around them then, huh?
Yeah, they the face of the league.
True that. They should be the one shooting the 3-point. They should be the one doing a dunk contest.
Everything.
And they should have a one-on-one tournament.
Completely. Yep.
Amongst themselves.
A one-on-one tournament amongst. So you got your. So most granted, you got to have an incentive.
Yeah.
You got to either like a charity, you paying the players, you doing something.
Yeah.
In the Olympics, you playing for pride. But this All-Star also goes with your job.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yes, players don't get into the slam dunk contest like that, the All-Stars like that, or the top players don't get into the slam dunk contest because there's really no incentive.
Right.
But for that one-on-one tournament, you most definitely got to have some incentive. So give $1 million to either a player or their charity, or the back end of that, you give $500,000 to a player or whatnot.
Right.
But on top of that, you get some respect to your name.
Yeah.
You just beat out 20 to 25 other players. Top players in the league.
I think that's why back in the day the Stars did do the dunk contest, was just cause you could have that badge. You feel me? Like, yo, I won the dunk contest.
For real.
You feel me? I was the best in the league at this.
Bird walked in the locker room and said, "Which one of y'all coming in second tonight?"
You feel me?
And what that man do?
He also said, "I'm disrespected when you let a white man guard me," but we ain't gonna talk about all that.
Completely. So, man, I love back in the day. The state of the league back then, man, was totally different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I feel like you'll put a lot of pride back into the league if you did something like that, man. That would take away from all the other bullshit that they had All-Star weekend. So
it was a lot of bullshit.
A lot of bullshit.
It was shit with some glitter on it. That's what they gave us.
Ass. Trash bag. All
right, come on, hit me.
The MLB will start on time.
MLB.
Because they're in a boycott right now. Well, not a boycott, but they're in a lockout right now.
Lockout, yeah.
So.
The season start around like what, April or something. Man, it don't seem like it ain't. I think I read something where they've had like 2 or 3 meetings. Nothing's really came together. I seen one reporter say that they were about like $100 million apart on some petty issue. You feel me? So I mean, to be honest, if you the players,
they getting paid.
You know what I mean?
They getting paid.
If you the players, hold out. I don't think it'll start on time, but it might, because these owners do be having their ways to make sure that their money don't get fucked with. So
no, completely.
They might find a way to.
That MLB is ran.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That shit is.
Oh yeah.
That shit is ran. That shit is functionable.
Yeah.
Like they got their players playing. They don't play. I feel like they'll get it right.
Yeah. In time, I don't know, but they'll get it right eventually. They'll play some baseball this season.
Yeah.
All right, my last one for you. This is an important one. It's got to do a little bit with that 75th anniversary shit that we seen. And I noticed that The NBA made sure a specific player came out last, but we're not gonna get into all that. This is my question though. Today,
They showed out.
okay, today, LeBron James is more valuable to the NBA than Michael Jordan.
Cap.
Explain it to me. He said cap, folks. Tell me why.
Well, everybody's seen it. And like you said, we'll get into it. But in summary, the NBA stuck it to him this
In conclusion,
the NBA stuck it to him this past weekend.
we was in Cleveland, and they let
Boy,
Yeah.
that's another
Yeah.
main point. They did it in Cleveland.
yeah.
It's cap because the Jordan brand itself. That's why Nike ain't let LeBron go. That's why they made LeBron sign a lifetime contract, because they seen how big Jordan has become. So Jordan is his own house name. Granted, he was part of Nike still, but he has surpassed Nike in everything. The Jordan brand shoe sells more than Nike. Limited editions, things like that. So no, because LeBron isn't marketable like Jordan is. LeBron might be making other sponsorships and deals on the side. He's more of an entrepreneur than anything, but he's not more valuable than Jordan when it comes to the NBA. Jordan will forever make the NBA money.
Will Bron's not just shoe, will his entity as a whole ever touch Jordan's?
No, that's done.
Won't even get close.
Jordan, they blame Jordan for his daddy death.
Man, they did. Man.
That nigga went out, ran rings up after that.
Man.
So, but at the same time, LeBron, like, it's not. I'm not taking away credit from LeBron though. LeBron has escaped. Is going to escape the NBA hopefully without a blemish on his career.
Yeah, not a single.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, as a black man, that's vital.
Vital.
You know what I'm saying? Like you made it
Big in his community.
He's been the face of basketball for the past maybe 20 to 23 years.
And you can't point to one bad off the court,
Just a
incident.
Hummer. Just
Yeah.
a Hummer. That's it.
Yeah.
And that ain't even, what of it now? Because you giving high school players and college players money now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why they had to reinstate, Michigan State. I don't mean to get off the subject, but no. LeBron is not more valuable than Jordan.
Well, y'all heard it here first.
Brady, I had to bring my man's back up.
I know you did.
I had to bring my man's back up.
We ain't gonna get through the offseason without bringing him up a couple times.
I told somebody he's going to be the face of the league for the next 3 years. He still
might not even be playing.
Won't be playing. But there was a tweet that went around, and it gained a lot of traction. And it said they said it was a reliable source.
All of them are reliable, ain't they?
Tom Brady will be in uniform next season. They said he was supposed to be playing for the 49ers.
For the 49ers.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Said Brady was coming back.
That was his childhood team, I'm gonna say cap, because I don't see how they can pull it off. But if Brady does play football this season, it's probably going to be for the 49ers. You know what I mean?
Think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
What makes the 49ers so appealing?
It's Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his childhood team. That's the same reason why, A-Rod want to go there. It's Southern California. And then not even that. The 49ers have a damn good football team.
They do.
They're young. They got stars on both sides of the ball. I mean, all they missing really is they're a little bit like that Rams situation last year.
Yeah, honestly.
You feel me? The team's all there. All you need is that one piece that glue that.
I think you might get a lot of teams switching that up now, like taking what the Rams did, like the blueprint of what the Rams did.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch up this quarterback.
You seen at the parade, the GM had a shirt with his face on it, and it said, "Fuck them picks."
I didn't see that.
Legend.
I did not
Legend.
see
He's
that.
a legend now. Okay? Oh,
Damn,
God. It
word.
said, "Fuck them picks."
Interesting. See LeBron throwing shade at all his GM, GM this past week.
Throwing this praise on Sam Presti,
That's crazy.
who has drafted some great players, but he hasn't always gotten those great players to be great on his team.
You see how he ain't named James Harden?
Yeah.
Why he ain't say James Harden? What James Harden do?
I don't know how high up people in the league right now hold up James Harden.
Yeah, they kind of putting some slander towards him, man. They kind of shying away from him nowadays. So he gonna have to back his play up. He gonna have a great 15-game stretch of just pure good games before they shut him down and start getting him ready for the playoffs.
Yeah. We're gonna have to see something these playoffs. Or that's about.
We'll get into it.
Yeah. All right,
We'll
folks.
get into it.
That's Facts of Cap for y'all. We're going to take a quick little break. We're going to come back, and we're going to wrap it up with these NBA All-Star Weekend reactions and talk a little bit about that All-Star draft that we did. And, a certain team won and a certain team didn't. We'll get into it. All right, y'all. We'll be right back.
Way back, y'all. Way back, y'all. Yo, returning now. NBA All-Star Weekend. NBA playoffs coming up. But let's not negate the fact that I obviously lost the fantasy draft.
I didn't know they could tell. How could they tell? Oh, see, if you're listening, you can't see. You might have heard a little bit of Dallas on his voice when he was talking to you. That's because my boy is dressed up in this beautiful Dallas Cowboys jersey.
I'm feeling it though.
Yeah. He's feeling it because it's number 24 and it's a Marion Barber jersey, so it's a barber on the back. It's all circumferencing. Okay?
I was supposed to lose.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up.
That's God. That's God.
I was supposed to look at God.
Look at God.
All right, so man, what was your biggest take, man, from the All-Star Weekend?
It was whack. It wasn't really entertaining. The game was all right towards the end. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's about it.
Man,
It's about on the Pro Bowl level at this point.
Yeah, it was most definitely looking Pro Bowlish. We're very Pro Bowlish. So we talked about the one-on-one tournament that could be implemented. What?
No, the skills, not the skills, the Rising Stars joint.
Okay. Oh, okay. That was my biggest. Okay, honestly, that was my biggest take. The Rising Stars challenge. So what they did this year was they did 4 rookie teams and sophomore teams, all combined. So what they did was they had 2 teams each play to 50, and then the championship game they only played to 25, which I think was a great format. I can't remember what they did in in between that game, but I think they had started maybe some part of the skills challenge.
Yeah.
I didn't care for the skills challenge. That was kind of weak. The teams were kind of garbage. I felt like the Cleveland team, because they were the hosting city, that was a good look. The Antetokounmpo team,
Man,
I thought I was gonna struggle with his last name just now. That was a kind of a garbage team because you kind of seeing how the oldest one and the youngest one really is not on Giannis's level at all.
yeah.
And not to really even get into it because I know everybody trashed it all last week, man. But the dunk contest was just ass.
Yeah.
I could have did better than that. Now I feel like I'm gonna have to show y'all a few highlights that I got on my laptop. I just seen the other day.
Drop one in here.
I'm gonna have to one day.
You feel me?
Cole
Anthony dunked with his Tim's on. I ain't never seen that before.
It took him about 4 or 5 tries though.
It did.
It took him about 4 or 5 tries.
Them bitches be heavy.
Yeah. Fact. Fact. Exactly why. But overall, the game, the All-Star game, that helped the weekend. I felt like, of course, every other analyst said the same thing. But the format of the NBA All-Star game, that really helps a lot, man, because that between that 5-minute mark of the third and then the actual fourth quarter, where they pick a target score, the game gets serious, and then you really see how good some players really are, and you see what players really look up to those top players. They let Steph do his thing. You could tell Steph's 3-pointer is way more tougher than a key dunk in a way. And that's just Steph's 3-pointer. Steph shooting threes is way tougher than anything else that the NBA probably has ever seen nowadays. He almost had the record. I think the record was like 52. So he was at
50, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's at 50, and he was trying to shoot a 3 to win the game as well. So then that would have just automatically put him up there.
Yeah.
But I think that overall that was good, but things could be implemented to make it better, for sure.
Yeah. That one-on-one tournament, that'd definitely pique my interest.
For real, though. For sure. I seen Stephen A. Note that the NBA should do a nationwide slam dunk contest tournament to get players to represent those
like regions.
Yeah, pretty much, and then get them into the All-Star game. I think, like we just said, though, I think you should make the All-Stars participate in these events.
Right.
So when you get that one-on-one, if that's a thing, you wouldn't want to see, you know what I'm saying, KD destroy, if it's possible, a KD versus LeBron matchup one-on-one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be
$4 million to their charity of choice.
Oh man, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
That'd be tough. Not only tough, but it have a lot of pride to it.
Yeah.
So for sure.
You look good in that Cowboys jersey, bro.
I'm gonna keep it though, man. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Man.
I'm rocking this. I need some soda pads now. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, so the game, man. Anybody performance surprise you or impress you at all?
From that game?
Yeah. The actual All-Star game.
Steph
Yeah.
stood out.
Yeah.
Completely. I mean, he took over. Like I said, those threes are way more impactful than a dunk now.
Yeah.
Just his threes. So that would be my take from it. What stood out to you from the game?
I mean, I picked my boy Fred first. You know what I mean? I think he had 6 points. That's okay though, Fred, because we won. I'm cool with that. I had Steph. He dropped to 50. But you had two players that didn't score 50 points, of course, but they stood out to me, and that's Dejounte Murray and LaMelo Ball. I think they both got there and showcased a little bit what they could do, and I can see both of them being back a couple times before their careers are over.
Man, speaking of that fantasy draft, what was our overall score?
All right, so yeah, let me break it down to you, because if I was you, I wouldn't know either. It was like 170 to 153 for Team Coach Key, goddammit. You know what I mean? Steph led the way. He had 50. I got some stats in my phone. I didn't want to have to bring them all up, but just to remind you, Giannis had 30. You know what I mean? Dropped them on your head. You were led by Joel, who had a good game. I always like watching Joel play, man.
Joel is tough.
Yeah, he had 36.
They got a highlight reel where he's killing.
Book scored 20 for you. Book was doing his thing out there too. You know what I mean? But Team Coach Key, there was one point in the beginning of the fourth quarter where people on my team had scored 15 straight points. You know what I mean? So it was destined to happen.
Indeed.
You feel me?
Indeed. He killed me.
You know?
Probably make for a good GM.
Yeah.
Probably make for a good GM. We got we talked before the show, and we working on this one idea, man. I ain't gonna let out yet. But we gonna fuck the game up tough with this new idea that we gonna have.
It's right up my alley too.
Going on. So from that, man, from the fantasy deal, we got the rest of the NBA regular season. It's 24 to 27 games left for each team. You got the play-in tournament before the actual playoffs start. So they're gonna give the Lakers a shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who you got, man? Eastern Westerns, man. Give me your top team on both sides. Who you want to make a good run these last stint of games?
All right, so who do I think are the top teams? I'd probably say Warriors and Sixers.
Okay.
Who do I want to be decent just so we have nice storylines? You know what I mean? Of course I want LA to be decent. If LeBron misses the playoffs or get put out early, it's going to hurt his reputation. I mean, it's simple as that. You know what I mean? And he can't afford that. He can't afford too many more seasons of hurt reputations.
Nah.
And then out east, you know what I mean? I want to see the Bulls just get healthy, gel, and I'd love to see us make some noise because there's nothing when Chicago sports are when any team in Chicago is playing well.
Yeah.
The entire environment around the state line, and the Midwest area, you know what I mean? It's different. You know what I mean?
You know what I think we should do?
What's that?
If we get a Chicago and Milwaukee playoff matchup.
Are we going?
Yeah.
We going.
Yeah.
Tickets will probably be cheaper in Milwaukee.
But I'm talking about that overall being outside too, though.
Oh, yeah.
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 Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. Do a show out there.
Say less.
Do a show out there. Indeed. So Chris Paul is hurt, so that's kind of gonna hurt Phoenix.
That's going to hurt Phoenix.
They always say 6 to 8 weeks. He's gonna be out a month. So they're gonna slump some games because CP is a big piece.
Yeah.
It's a real big piece. Nobody in the Western Conference really made any moves for trades. But honestly, I don't know how they're expecting to take the vaccine mandate away from in New York.
They got to do something.
But if they do, I'm most definitely going with Brooklyn.
Yeah.
KD will be back here within the next few weeks. They'll have Ben Simmons coming back, getting his mind right. Honestly, they're stacked now. They just picked up Dragic. They have Lil Curry, Andre Drummond, Joe Harris may be coming back, LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, Patty Mills,
Stacked. Yeah.
They have a decent squad. So then you add KD and Kyrie to that. You know what I'm saying? That's most definitely a scary situation.
Yeah.
But with James Harden over there with Giannis, I mean not Giannis, but Embiid, you got Giannis over there in the East. Nobody's ever talking about the Miami Heat.
Nope.
They don't even have an attractive lineup, but you just know that they're going to do something.
Yeah. It's a Jimmy-led team.
It is.
That's how Jimmy teams look.
This Eastern playoffs gonna be nice. They're gonna be real nice. But I really think they should implement the 1 through 16 best teams in the league.
And split them up like you said before.
Yep. Just have them where you get that New York and LA matchup for sure.
Right.
But I'm calling for a Warriors and Nets finals.
Ooh, this is early. Okay. I don't want to call it yet. I want to see how it shakes up.
I just wanted to get it out there.
I think that's
what I want to see.
I think that's what the NBA wants, to be honest.
Fact.
That's the most stars on the big stage right there.
It is. It is.
So.
And then it'll be KD versus old squad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you add Kyrie into the incentive.
Yeah.
You know? So we'll see how that go. So the NBA released their top 75 team.
All time.
Within that, All-Star Weekend also did a fantasy draft between those 75 and added in 4 to 5 wild card picks. I think we should do the same one day soon. But with that,
I agree.
Like what we was talking about in the hot take, they really stuck it to LeBron, man, this past weekend.
They did.
They were in Cleveland. And they had Jordan come out last to round off the top 75.
Did you hear them cheers?
They tried to turn the mic down.
You feel me?
They tried to turn the mic down. They couldn't.
Blew the roof off.
So with that, man, it was so many other trails, man, that started, man, where you could talk about or make a storyline of this 75 team. Some went and did a top 10 from that. Who was the top 10 from that? One thing we noticed, we both got mad in the room while we were sitting there watching it.
Live.
They did Kobe Bryant, maybe 7th to last, maybe.
You feel me? Listen, there should have been one human coming out after Kobe, and that's Michael Jordan.
That was it.
That's it.
That was it.
You feel me?
That was it.
In the Kobe tribute, they should have cut all the lights off. You feel me? I was talking about the Tupac hologram for the Super Bowl. Motherfucker should have had a Kobe hologram. Drive down the court.
That shit would have been tough.
Boom, and the lights come back on.
That shit would have been tough.
Shit.
That shit would have been tough. I'd have liked that a lot.
Motherfuckers not using this technology to their advantage.
No, they not.
Shit.
They not. I don't know how much money it costs, but I know y'all got it.
God damn it.
But
yeah, Kobe definitely. I do not want to see Dwayne Wade or Chris Paul walk out after y'all done said Kobe's name. No. There's need to be reverence, okay? Jordan should have been the last motherfucker coming out. I was completely cool with how they did everything else, though. I mean.
Who would you say is your top 10 out of that 75?
Man.
I know that's tough.
That's super tough. All right, so, and some of these going to be wrong just because I'm going straight off the top of the head. So, and this is not in any type of order.
No order.
Well,
no order.
No, other than the top 3. Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. All right? After that, give me Kareem, Magic, Shaq, Wilt, that's 7, right? That's 7. Wilt, fucking, Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
I like KD on my list as like the 10. I like KD as 10. I just don't know who I want as number 9. All right. And KD, that can be argued, I know, but I just feel like he's good at what he do. I feel like KD is probably the best scorer in league history. He just don't have the dog like Jordan had. If he had that,
he stay healthy within the next 3-4 years. He could do some damage.
But 9, I don't know. You can argue any of those big men. Some people will say Bill Russell, you know what I mean, shit like that. But I don't really cherish Bill as much as other people do.
Nah, it's a different era, different time. Time.
But that's a 9. I don't want to say a 10th because I don't really.
For sure. I'll probably go with. So me and my cousin Fonzie, we was talking. We did top 4 guards and we did top 4 centers and forwards, pretty much, or top 4 big men, and then we just rounded those last 2 off.
That might have made it easier for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we said Kobe. No, I'm finna say Kobe first anyway. Mike, LeBron, Magic, right?
Yeah.
And then we went Shaq, Russell, Kareem, Wilt.
Yeah.
So then those last 4 was that last 2 was tough.
Yeah.
So we both like KG a lot. I would take KG over any power forward. But when you look back on it, I wish you could kind of
I would too, to be honest with you. I think I said this before we even did this show. I think KG up there. But I know people going to argue them rings and Tim Duncan's level of consistency.
Tim Duncan up there.
Yeah.
So it would be Tim Duncan, and then we said Bird. So that will round off your top 10.
Yeah.
That 11 through 20, that's the tough one.
Yeah.
That's the tough one. And then after that, you know what I'm saying, the 21 through 30 is a little bit easier.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to compare a lot of these players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some people do it like it's just, oh, he's just better. You got to be able to equivalate what a motherfucker brings to the team. You know what I mean? It's hard to compare a center and a point guard. They bring different things to the team.
I'm gonna have to look up when Garnett finally got on Boston, what his head-to-head record was against Duncan then when he had his team.
Right.
And see how that fared out. But Duncan had squads though, but at the same time, those were smart draft picks.
You know what?
And it was a good system. Popovich.
I got my 9 and 10.
Who that?
I'm putting Giannis up there.
Really?
Yep. Cause I ain't seen much like it, bro.
Okay, I got a question for you.
I haven't seen much like it. No, I ain't gonna say much. I haven't seen anything like it.
Like Giannis?
That he's 6'1", man. He can put it on the court. He can shoot, and like that motherfucker dunked like Shaq when he was on the Magic.
Oh, but KD is damn near 7 feet.
Yeah, I'm putting KD before. I'm putting Giannis after KD.
Right.
Okay, I'm moving KD up to 9 now.
Okay, so it's KD and Giannis to round that off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
because their career still got time to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They still got time to add.
I think my list that I just said was kind of based off legacies. It wasn't
Right.
that versus skill. If we had to do a skill list, that shit would be tough.
Yeah, and I think I do probably put mine a little bit more towards skill because I put Shaq up high, and a lot of people don't put Shaq up high. But I just remember like watching Shaq and saying, it's not a lot of motherfucking big dudes that can run up and down the court like that.
Shaq can dribble up and down the court too.
Yeah.
You know, if you got that big ass train coming towards you, it's over with.
I'm not talking about Miami Heat Shaq. I'm talking about Magic Shaq.
Man,
you feel me?
For real.
Yeah.
Even Lakers Shaq could do some things.
Oh yeah.
Man, tough. That's the thing about YouTube, man. You can go back and look about damn near every game that was played now. One day I got interested in Bob Cousy. I just wanted to see what he could do, and they fucking had a highlight. So that shit is tough. I had a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your top 2 biggest snubs of the top 75 team?
Biggest snubs. Cause see, I don't know. I can't remember every single person that made the list.
Well, who made the list that you think shouldn't have made the list?
Who made it that shouldn't have made the list?
Who got that jacket for no reason? Who got the jacket too soon? That's better to say. Who got the jacket too soon?
You know, I really can't. When it comes to the end of the 70, I feel like for the most part, they kind of got it right. I mean, when it comes to the end of the 75, like there's, of course, people preferences.
Questionable as shit.
You know what I mean? Where you can take out, especially some of those dudes from back in the day.
Right.
Because, like, I feel like you put them in today's league, but then again, you can't hold that against them. They played in their era. You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah, completely.
But I normally compare people to what I'm seeing today. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of them dudes on the back of that list that played in them black and white jerseys and played when it was only 8 teams in the league. They wouldn't be in the league today.
No?
Nah.
I mean, it's just evolved. I mean,
nah.
If they don't come along, then you might not get an AI type deal.
True that.
You know, I'm like, That's why I've gotten away from saying who's the greatest player of all time, because everybody has their different eras. You know what I'm saying? And you evolve from each year, each decade, century. Yeah. Type deal.
I mean, every 15 years, there's somebody that come through and change the league completely.
Yeah, completely. If I had to say my snub, who I felt like should have gotten in, first and foremost, I think there has to be requirements to get in this. Stats is enough, but you need achievements as well. And a lot of the players that are playing right now that made it to the top 75 teams, they don't have a lot of achievements. And I don't want to sit there and say and wait on them to try to win a championship. Like, just one championship isn't enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only reason Stockton and Malone are in it because Stockton is the all-time assist leader. Malone is, I think, 3rd or 4th on the all-time scoring list now. I think maybe 5th. But at a certain point in time, he was 3rd for so long. No, he was 2nd for so long. Because don't it go Kareem, Malone? At one point, it was Kareem, Malone, Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Kobe, LeBron came and fucked all that up.
Yeah.
And then
yeah. Who's gonna be the next one to fuck it all up?
So a lot of people think it's gonna be KD, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at Steph and Clay, the league is becoming to
that's one person that was off the list too. Clay.
And they left Clay out. That would be mine. That would be my biggest snub. But you look at the way the game is played now. It's all 3-pointers, pretty much. Steph is going to be somewhere up there soon.
Yeah.
Quick. When you look at that, like that top 10 through 30, they're all pretty much bunched together. Like they're just passing each other on bullshit. Like one night, I think Melo had just passed somebody just the other night as well. Not the other night, but a few weeks ago, months ago. But they're all pretty much bunched together.
Yeah.
So I think it would be Steph to be next to start cracking that top 5.
Yeah.
If not, a lot of people would say probably KD, but I don't really see it like that yet.
And Steph is a shooter. He's not using athleticism to score his points, so that's going to translate. He can play a long time like this.
Like he'll have like some 20-something points one night or between 15 and 20 points. But one night he might get hot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's going to double that.
Yeah. We was talking about the snubs. I had to look up the list.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie wasn't on there. Tracy wasn't on there. Dwight wasn't on there. And neither one of Tim Duncan old running mates, Tony Parker or Manu wasn't on there.
Yep. They snubbed a lot of people, bro.
Yeah. D Rose wasn't on there.
D Rose wasn't on there?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
But achievements. You know,
that's the youngest MVP ever.
He is.
Without injuries.
He is.
I mean, but I guess you could say the same thing for Tracy McGrady.
But they must have based this shit on longevity, stats, and achievements. And obviously skill.
Yeah, because some people on there, I mean.
And legacy.
Yeah, but it's some dudes on there, man.
That ain't, yeah.
You know
right,
what I mean?
Correct. You are correct. You're most definitely correct. So, like, James Harden, I don't think he should have been on there yet.
He was?
Yeah. Hell yeah. He was limping in that mother. He was fake limping.
Oh, man.
Talking about his hamstring was hurting.
Man.
Ain't nothing wrong with you. You was just two-stepping.
Man.
He was just two-stepping in practice.
Too many steps.
He was just two-stepping in practice. So, nah. They snubbed a lot of people. And then ESPN came around and they did they 75 and they put Kobe at 10.
Yeah, man. That's left a sour taste in my mouth.
Very much so.
I ain't like that.
I don't understand the Kobe hate, man. I just don't. Like when you go back and watch his highlights.
I mean, maybe because he wasn't the most lovable teammate. But to be honest with you, who wants to be? You feel me? We're here to win championships, bro.
Everybody loved Jordan when they seen the Last Dance documentary. Everybody loved Jordan even more.
True that.
What kind of player you think Kobe was?
Yeah, he wasn't a lovable teammate either.
At all.
At all.
The man beat up Steve Kerr.
Yeah. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Steve.
Told everybody proceeded to feel bad.
You feel me? Damn.
So, I don't know, man. But I don't know. The NBA, they gotta figure something out as far as that All-Star weekend. It's gonna be interesting to see how the rest of this NBA season plays out. If the Lakers will make it to the playoffs, what the Nets and Sixers will do, how the Suns and the Warriors will fare out, and if we can get some sleepers into the playoffs. I'm looking forward to a John Morant.
Yeah.
To take over in these playoffs.
Definitely. I love watching Ja play.
Really much so. Very much so. But other than that, man, you got anything else you want to add?
No, man. Shit. That sounds like an episode to me.
Man, I think it's been a good episode 3. So I appreciate y'all.
Holla at your boy. Y'all need that gear, man. Holla at your boy. Description in the link.
So yeah, I lost the bet, but
y'all let him know how good he look in them Cowboys colors, man. You feel me?
Like I told him, man, I'm going to have to keep this on the rest of the day.
He going to have to give me my shit back. I don't know what he talking about. I don't know what he talking about.
Let me buy it off.
Shit.
But then, so, man, but we appreciate y'all, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I take a comment more than anything. That's going to give me something to work with. You know,
send us them facts or cap suggestions, man, please.
Can we get something?
I'm about to come rob one from one of y'all. Damn.
I feel like some of y'all hating.
Damn.
We hating.
Yeah.
Talk some shit with us.
You feel me? We'll talk it back. Trust us.
That's all we want. But like we said, we got a big idea that we working on. We're gonna start getting that set up. My man Dez, he looked like he excited about that. He smiled hard as hell when we talked about it earlier. So once again, man, want to thank Dez as well, man, for being on the ones and twos.
For sure, anytime, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, bro. Most definitely.
You already know what it is.
Said that's been episode 3.
Already. Y'all be easy.
Stay tuned.
Peace. Love yourself. Love each other.
Train.
Authentic, my crown fitted, so you already lost. If he throw it up, I'm coming down with it. We like Brady and Moss. Brett fall for this sidearm, I'm like AI for this cross. Like Westbrook with that drip, homie. Don't slip all in my sauce. Trophies all in my house. Prime time and that's vouch. We was in the field, you was sitting home on your couch. We was running 40s while you steady running your mouth. Shooting like Kobe till the shot clock run out. The MVP, the MVP. They envy me, cause I'm MVP. We got the news straight from the source. We got the tea, yeah, we got the tea. We on the field, we on the court, we in the street, yeah, we in the street. The MVP, the MVP.